What's going on? This is Josh here from Zero Issue. Welcome back to our Civil War II video series. In this episode, we're going to be recapping Civil War II, issue number 1. So the issue starts off in Manhattan, with Spider-Man, Captain America, Miss Marvel, Nova, and Iron Man in a destroyed city street. Up ahead is a group of Celestials, encircling a massive celestial being. As the group of heroes goes in for an attack, Tony tells them to stick to the plan. And with the sound of a massive sonic boom and a loud crack of thunder, Thor leads the way as a massive group of heroes follows. As the heroes start fighting off the group of Celestials, it is up to the Mystics to deal with the massive being. Scarlet Witch, Hellstrom, Dr. Voodoo, Wiccan, Shaman, Magic, and Doctor Strange team up to cast the massive being back to its own dimension. And after a blinding flash of light, the street is clear. At Stark Tower the next evening, Tony is hosting a party to congratulate all of the heroes, and to thank the team that made it happen, the Inhumans. Moments later, She-Hulk approaches Captain Marvel and asks if she knew what it was that they defeated and how they knew it was going to be there. As they approach Medusa to ask her about the attack, she tells the group of heroes to come with her so she can show them. Medusa introduces the heroes to Ulysses, explaining that he can see the future, but can't really describe how. The group decides to bring in Jean Grey to read his mind and project what he sees. As Ulysses starts to explain what had happened over the last few weeks, Jean realizes that his mind cannot be read. That his mind is like a closed system. Hearing this, Tony decides to speak up and tries to explain to the group that they have no idea how to handle this, that they have no idea if what Ulysses is seeing is just a possible future, or what the probability is the events he sees will actually happen. Still unsure, Tony insists that Ulysses tells everyone his story, explaining that a few weeks ago he was turned into an Inhuman by the Terrigen Cloud over his school. Ulysses tells the group that at first he did not know what was different, then something happened. He started to see things, visions of the future, many futures. But not only did he see the events, he experienced them. After a while, the Inhuman royal family found him and took him in, and with the help of Karnak, taught him how to calm his mind and focus on the visions. That's when he had a vision of the world destroyed, a true apocalyptic event, and was able to focus on the vision and pick out when it was going to happen. Still questioning this, Tony asked the team a question. If Ulysses were to see a vision of the Hulk, making it with Ultron, and a baby popped out, and that baby was a reincarnated Hitler, do they stop the Hulk before it happens? Do they lock him away before he does something they don't like? Explaining that yes, the incident with the Celestial was an easy call, but what would they do if the vision indicated that the threat was one of them? Asking Carol if Ulysses told them that she was a threat, do they stop her before she does the thing that she was going to do, even though she may not have even known she was going to do it? Unsure how to answer, Carol just stares at Tony. With a final word, Tony tells them that he believes that they just have to be careful about what Ulysses tells them and what they do with that information. 3 weeks later on New Attilan, while sleeping, Ulysses has another vision, and tells Medusa that they have to call the Ultimates. Now I just want to pause here because this is where the Free Comic Book Day issue comes in, where Ulysses had a vision that Thanos was coming to Earth with a plan to steal the Cosmic Cube, and they came to the Ultimates for assistance. But it was during the battle with Thanos that Medusa was caught off guard and was thrown into War Machine, setting off one of his rockets, which blasted into She-Hulk. And as War Machine tried to go to her aid, he was smashed by Thanos' powerful fist. Now, in Tony's lab, Mary Jane comes up to Tony with bad news. She tells Tony that Rhodey is dead. Tony immediately suits up and flies to the Triskelion, demanding to know where Rhodey is. And as he sees Rhodey's body covered in a blanket, Tony demands to know how this happened. Demanding to talk to Carol, Tony starts yelling for her and corners America Chavez, who tells him that she is behind him. And as a nurse comes out from behind a curtain, Tony walks in to see She-Hulk laying unconscious on a hospital bed beside Carol, explaining that they are unsure if Jessica will ever wake up, and that they do not know how to help her because her biology is so different. She tells Tony what happened with Thanos. Tony, incredibly upset, tells Carol that it is her fault that Rhodey is dead. But Carol, standing her ground, tells Tony that Rhodey was a soldier, and if they had to do it again, knowing what they know now, they would, and so would Rhodey. Tony asks where Thanos is. Carol tells him that he's in a cell down below. Storming off, Tony says that he is going to make sure none of them play God again. And as Carol calls out to him and starts to go after Tony, Jessica wakes up and grabs Carol's hand, and tries to speak. As Carol leans in to hear what she is saying, Jessica tells Carol to fight for it. That it is their future, not his. And with that, Jessica closes her eyes and dies. And that concludes the episode for Civil War II issue number 1. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know how you felt about this issue, and how you think that the death of Rhodey and She-Hulk is going to affect the event from here on out. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time.